The continent of Pywell. A land soaked in blood, whose history is written in warfare. Here unfolds a decisive battle between the Greymanes who fight for peace and the Black Bears who seek to shatter it.
Die, Greymane!
As the gaming world eagerly awaits the release of Crimson Desert in late 2025, Pearl Abyss, the studio behind the acclaimed MMORPG Black Desert Online, is poised to deliver a groundbreaking open-world action-adventure. This ambitious title, set in the brutal yet breathtaking continent of Pywell, promises a rich narrative, stunning visuals, and a dynamic gameplay experience that blends single-player storytelling with optional multiplayer elements. In this comprehensive preview, I dive into every facet of Crimson Desert, from its immersive world and compelling characters to its gameplay mechanics and the buzz surrounding its development. This is my take on what could be one of 2025's most defining gaming experiences. Crimson Desert transports players to the continent of Pywell, a land as diverse as it is dangerous. The world is a tapestry of contrasting landscapes, each with its own distinct flavor and challenges. The snow-blasted mountains of Quaiden test players with their harsh, icy conditions, while the verdant plains of Akapin offer lush, open expanses ripe for exploration. The titular Crimson Desert, with its towering ridges and arid expanses, adds a gritty, unforgiving edge to the world. Cities like the desert oases and Quaiden's Ulsrund, known as the Land of the Wolf, are vibrant yet perilous, filled with bustling marketplaces, filthy alleys, and destitute hovels that reflect the continent's gritty realism. Pywell is not just a backdrop, but a living, breathing world embroiled in war. Factions vie for unprecedented power, and the land is steeped in conflict and mystery. The official Crimson Desert website describes Pywell as a continent swept by war for unprecedented power, where endless challenges and threats arise as the portents of calamity begin to unravel. This setting promises a narrative-driven experience where every region tells a story, from the mystical beings lurking in hidden corners to the treasures waiting to be uncovered. At the core of Crimson Desert is Cliff McDuff, the leader of the Greymanes, a ragtag band of mercenaries. Cliff is a complex protagonist, burdened by the weight of leadership and haunted by a tragic past. Described as a man in constant turmoil, his journey is one of resilience and redemption, as he navigates the responsibilities of guiding his comrades while confronting painful memories. Early development materials referred to him as McDuff, son of Martinus, but recent sources, including the official Steam page, confirm his name as Cliff, suggesting a possible evolution in the character's identity during development. Cliff is joined by a diverse cast of mercenaries, each bringing unique skills and personalities to the table. While specific names remain sparse, previews hint at characters like a female archer skilled in acrobatics, a great axe-wielding figure known as Black Dog, Jules, a dagger-wielding mercenary known for swift takedowns. These companions are not mere sidekicks. Their fates are intertwined with Cliff's decisions, suggesting a party-based dynamic similar to Dragon Age or Mass Effect, where player choices shape relationships and outcomes. The game also introduces formidable bosses that add depth to the combat experience. Reed Devil, a swift, aggressive foe in the reed fields, known for blocking standard attacks. Staglord, a hulking figure with deliberate attacks, wielding a sword and giant shield. Queen Stoneback Crab, a colossal creature requiring players to climb and complete objectives to defeat. Whitehorn, a mystical beast born from the blizzards of the White Mountains. These encounters, showcased at events like Gamescom 2024, promise varied and challenging battles that push players to adapt their strategies. Crimson Desert is primarily a single-player open-world action-adventure, with a strong emphasis on narrative and exploration. Players control Cliff McDuff in the main campaign, engaging in fluid, combo-based combat that has been praised for its visceral and satisfying feel. Previews from events like PAX East and Gamescom highlight the combat's depth, with ground slams that crack the terrain and bosses that radiate vibrant hues, pushing the graphical boundaries of the Black Space engine. The combat system allows players to experiment with various combos, offering a rewarding experience for those who master its intricacies. However, some previews have noted a drawback. Excessive visual effects, such as red sparks during combat, can clutter the screen and obscure the action. A reviewer from Gaming Bible expressed frustration, stating, The screen would be filled with red sparks. I couldn't actually see what I was doing. This feedback suggests that while the combat is engaging, Pearl Abyss may need to refine visual clarity before release. Beyond combat, Crimson Desert offers a wealth of activities that enrich the open-world experience. Players can pet dogs, carry sheep, and engage in mini-games like arm wrestling, adding a layer of charm and variety. Exploration is a key pillar, with hidden treasures, mystical creatures, and thrilling adventures awaiting discovery across Pywle's diverse regions. The game also incorporates choice-driven mechanics, where player decisions influence the narrative and relationships with companions, promising replayability akin to The Witcher 3 or Baldur's Gate 3. While primarily single-player, Crimson Desert includes multiplayer elements, allowing players to create custom characters and interact in a shared world. This hybrid approach, inspired by games like Grand Theft Auto V, offers flexibility to switch between solo and multiplayer modes, enhancing the game's appeal. Developed using an upgraded version of the Black Space engine, which powered Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert showcases Pearl Abyss technical expertise. The engine delivers detailed environments, realistic character models, and dynamic weather systems, creating an immersive world that feels alive. The game's development began as a prequel to Black Desert Online, but evolved into a standalone title with its own unique worldview, religions, and characters. Set for release on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and macOS, Crimson Desert aims for a simultaneous worldwide launch, ensuring accessibility across platforms. The inclusion of macOS is a notable choice, broadening the game's reach to a wider audience. Early previews from events like Gamescom 2024 and PAX East 2025 have generated significant excitement. Reviewers have praised the game's stunning visuals and challenging combat. The open-world design has been lauded for its sense of adventure, with landscapes that evoke awe and encourage exploration. However, some critiques highlight areas for improvement. The visual clutter in combat remains a concern, though with the release still months away, Pearl Abyss has time to address these issues. Community discussions on platforms like Reddit reflect high anticipation, with fans eager to see how Pearl Abyss transitions from an MMORPG to a single-player-focused title. Crimson Desert invites comparisons to other open-world action RPGs like The Witcher 3, Dragon Age, and God of War, particularly for its narrative depth and combat mechanics. Unlike Black Desert Online, which focused on multiplayer, Crimson Desert prioritizes a single-player experience, making it a bold departure for Pearl Abyss. The game's hybrid single-player and multiplayer approach sets it apart, offering something for both solo adventurers and social gamers. The gaming community is buzzing with anticipation, fueled by trailers showcasing epic battles, drifting horses, and tavern brawls. With Pearl Abyss' reputation for delivering visually spectacular worlds, expectations are high for Crimson Desert to set a new standard in the genre. Crimson Desert is shaping up to be a landmark title for Pearl Abyss, blending the studio's signature visual flair with compelling narrative and robust gameplay mechanics. The story of Cliff McDuff and the Greymanes, set against the war-torn backdrop of Pywle, promises an emotional and thrilling journey. While some visual issues in combat need refinement, the game's ambitious scope, fluid combat, and expansive world make it a title to watch. As we approach its late 2025 release, Crimson Desert stands poised to deliver an unforgettable adventure. Whether you're drawn to its rich storytelling, dynamic combat, or the promise of exploring a vibrant open world, this game is one to keep on your radar. Pearl Abyss has set the stage for a saga written in blood, and I, for one, can't wait to see how it unfolds.